Hey everyone, I am your astrologer Brittany with Horoscope.com. Here are 3 things you need to know in order to make today, Sunday, April 28th, 2019, a success. Now the first thing I want to talk about is going to be right here where the moon is in Aquarius. When the moon's in Aquarius, brings our attention to the future, thinking about our future in new and different ways. It also brings our attention to what else? Socializing, being out and about with friends, and really taking a step back from your life to see it differently, all right? And to process things from a more detached kind of manner. Now, what we have going on early this morning, right around the time some of us are getting up, depends on how early you wake up, is this moon in Aquarius making a sextile over to Jupiter and Sagittarius. I like this. I like sextiles. I like Jupiter. To me, what's happening very early this morning is that we're starting to understand better what needs to happen next in our life, where we want our life to go, what the future holds for us, or at least what we want the future to hold. We're starting to make sense of things a little bit better. I think, again, we're also starting to see new doors about our future open up before us, starting to let new goals and dreams for our life take hold in a good way. That's going to be with us for most of the day. The next alignment that's going to occur is not going to happen until after dinner time. After dinner time, this moon in Aquarius is then going to leave that sign and move into Pisces. And what's going to happen then when the moon enters Pisces is that instead of us intellectualizing our life, seeing our life in different perspectives, we're going to have to weigh things out emotionally and internally and personally. So things take a little bit more of a sensitive turn towards the nighttime here. Where then we have to take all these new perspectives, new understandings about life and get right with them inside. All right. That's going to be like that until right before bedtime. Right before bedtime, this moon in Pisces is then going to make a sextile here with Uranus. And this to me is another very good alignment. What I think this will bring here with the moon in Pisces could bring some sudden enlightenment here about your own worth, about your own value, about what you're feeling, and about what you need to do in order to create more confident and stable and secure situations moving forward. So this is actually a day that I like all around, really helping us to adjust our perspective, to see things differently, and then to feel comfortable with this perspective, being more confident in our skin now that we've gotten more enlightenment about what's to come next, all right? Being really, really key. And that's the only alignment, the last alignment that's going to happen today. My first thing being, let yourself be open to new perspectives, because I think those new things in your life are going to help you get right with yourself. Yeah. Now, the second thing I want to talk about, let's go, I was like, maybe I'll go back here, number 2 first. Mars in Gemini in a square with Neptune, and Pisces in a sextile here with Mercury. I think there's still a lot going on inside, even though we're getting a new perspective on life and visiting new goals for our future that I think are better for us. I think we're slowly starting to come out of a haze and to get more of an idea of what we're doing next, all right? Things are still hazy, things may still be a little bit confusing, things may still not be manifesting in reality in the way that we want, but I think we're starting to get more clarity on who we are right now in this moment and on what makes us happy and on what it is that, that we want that's helping us feel better, all right? And I think needing to be okay here, not having all the answers as some of the confusion and the fog clears up. All right, your spirit and your soul knows the way, and I think listening to your spirit and your soul and listening to what excites you and what you feel will open more doors for you is going to be key. Especially just thinking about the moon in Aquarius, the Aries stuff going on. Yeah. It's like there's some things that could be hazy, there's some things that could be confusing, but by following your soul prompting about what you think is going to give you a better future, that's going to excite you and help you create a new identity that you love more, is going to help you bridge the conflict and the divide so that you can break through the confusion and move on. All right, maybe that was a confusing way of saying it, but focusing on the goals, focusing on being a person that you've always wanted to be is going to clear up the confusion, and that clarity is coming slowly behind a lot of other big questions in your life at the moment. Now, the third and last thing I want to talk about is going to be right here. Number 3, Mercury is coming into a square with the nodal axis and with Saturn and Pluto where the sun was last month. And what this can bring are some serious conversations, some big decisions here about your life. I think for the most part, we've already made some big commitments about our life, about who we want to be, but perhaps there's more details about that commitment that we haven't worked out, about how we want to do things. Perhaps there's things still that we haven't told other people because we've been working on getting things right inside us. And maybe not today, but in the next few days and weeks, especially after the new moon, a few days from now, I think we're going to start to get more of an understanding of what we need to do, and we're going to be more forthright and more open with others. Maybe that's another way to interpret this Mars-Neptune stuff. Maybe what's been going on the past few days is that we have been making a big commitment to change our life in a very big way, but maybe the commitment has been just internal, or has been the first stages of something inside us happening that we've been trying to work out and to get right with and to deal with emotionally. And maybe now that we have made that emotional commitment inside us, and that we're starting to see our future differently as a result of that emotional commitment, and that we're starting to be happier with who we are about to become as a result of doing all that, maybe now what needs to occur is now we need to focus on more of the details, and now we need to focus on letting everyone outwardly know what's happened inwardly. And so that's where I feel like we're about to come into in the next few days and week or so with this alignment. Now that you're getting more clarity on what you want and need, now that you're understanding your emotions better about some big change in you're making, there's still more decisions you have to make. There's still more people you have to tell. There's still more things you have to work out that you got to do. And ideally, those decisions that you have to make in the future about how you're going to move forward are going to be easier now that you've gotten some emotional clarity and sat through some of your own confusion. Now that that's done, things can start to happen. I like to think in a more open a manner, with more understanding of what you need and of where things are going. So the confusion was really only temporary the past few days to help you figure out what's going on inside you. And now that the confusion's clearing, yeah, time to be more open. Let other people know what's going on and make more firm decisions that you wanted to make a few days ago but couldn't make or did make internally. Yeah, now you're kind of bringing everything together to decide what's next and let people know about it. All right. So that is your daily planetary forecast for today. Thank you so much for watching. I'll talk to you tomorrow.